Good afternoon. Welcome to the next episode of the Cultivating Honor Podcast, available on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. I'm your host, Matthew Good, and again, welcome back to this new episode where we get low so we can grow. That is the best way to grow, is to humble yourself and to grow. And again, so we are back with a new episode. This is the third one. And again, our purpose is to build, encourage, empower, and strengthen men. And for the women who want to come along too, that's okay also. Again, we will be exploring what honor is and how it relates in our day-to-day lives and how it relates to us, how we can incorporate honor, the principle and the action, into our daily lives. And today we're going to talk about how honor became one of my core values personally. I remember about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, it was the day, Thanksgiving Day, actually. And I was laying in my bed. I was about to go to sleep, but I remember that I don't remember where I had heard it from, but I remember hearing something on some kind of a podcast or YouTube video or something about creating your core values. Or no, it was a program that I had joined 2 years, about a year and a half, 2 years prior, that I had joined, and turned out to unfortunately be a scam. But anyways, it was a financial mistake that I learned from. And anyways, so that's where this came from, along with, reading in the Bible. There's multiple verses about honor and respect and how we should treat each other, how Christians should treat each other, and how we should treat non-believers also. And so again, this is coming from personal experiences and from my own heart also, and from the Holy Spirit, who has given me, again, this assignment to do this podcast. So what he led me, again, to do for today is to go and to read through, and hopefully a little discussion about also where and how honor became one of my core values. And I'm going to read for you this resolution I called it my resolution, that I came up with Thanksgiving night 2 years ago, that I was just tired of living mundane and tired of keep doing the same old things and getting the same old results and the same old pain and not dealing with the trauma and not dealing with my issues and avoiding and escaping, and I just got tired of it. And so I wanted to live for more and become more. And I wanted to live for a greater purpose. I wanted to live with meaning and significance. And so out of that pain, out of those issues that I have now, the last 2 years, have been working on, and I have seen a lot of growth, especially this year so far. This is where my resolution comes from, and this is how honor became one of my core values. So here is my resolution. I commit today to live for greater purpose. I commit today to live according to my core values: honesty, courage, excellence, integrity, humility, kindness, self-discipline, honor, and gratitude. Now, the excellence and gratitude were not originally in there. Those came along a little while later. But nonetheless, those are two excellent core values to adopt also. I commit today to be who I was created to be and do everything I was created to do. I commit today to be as productive and effective as possible. I commit today to treat my fellow man how I want to be treated. I commit today to not live in the past anymore, but to embrace the new opportunities for growth and change in my present and future. I commit today to give sacrificially of myself, my time, treasures, and talents. I commit today to be the master of my attention by removing the unnecessary so the necessary becomes inevitable. I commit today to walk in kingdom agreement with kingdom power and authority to bring my Creator's kingdom here to earth. I commit today to be my ultimate you. Now, when I first wrote this out 2 years ago, I started every sentence with I choose, because I was making these conscious choices and I wanted to change. I wanted to make different choices. I wanted to make better choices. I wanted to become a better person, become a better man. And that involves making the choice to choose to change. And so last year, I began to, instead of just making those choices, I'm going to commit every day. Not perfectly, but as best as I can, to give my best effort to live for greater purpose, to treat people with honor and respect, to be as productive and effective as possible, to treat my fellow man how I want to be treated. I want to be respected, and I want to be treated with honor and dignity, so I should give the same as what I want. Exactly. And so these core values that I mentioned briefly at the beginning of this was, again, honesty, courage, excellence, integrity, humility, kindness, self-discipline, honor, and gratitude. Each of these are very important on their own. And when you add all of them together, honesty means telling the truth, no matter the cost, no matter what it costs you. Courage, doing things even in the face of danger, even in the face of fear, even in the face of not knowing what the outcome will be, but doing it anyways. Excellence, wanting to do everything that you do with the spirit of excellence to the best of your abilities, to try to do as good of a job as you can. Integrity, living the same, basically, as in person, in public as in private. Again, right here, this canvas is a painting that my mom gave me for Christmas about 5-6 years ago. And it's the usual definition for integrity that we all often have heard. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Humility. Humility is strength under control. Knowing that, yes, I have strength, I have power, I have the ability, but I'm choosing to do the right thing. And I know that without humility, I will be a proud, arrogant mess and hurt people that I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be saying those things and talking and doing those things. Kindness is standing up for what's right and being a light in the darkness and showing people kindness even to those who don't deserve it. Quote unquote, don't deserve it. Self-discipline is basically having rule and mastery over your own thoughts, your mind, your actions, your words. Not perfectly, but that is a process of growing. And I am at a much better place now than I was even a month ago, even a year ago. And I thank God for that. That's growth. Honor. We discussed what honor was last episode, is treating people the way that you want to be treated and giving weight, significance, preference to another person. And then gratitude. Being humble, but also thankful for the things that you've been given, being thankful for the people in your lives, the relationships, being thankful for the experiences that have shaped you and have grown you into the person that you are today. These are my core values, and if you counted them, you'll notice that there's 9. How ironic that there was originally 7, which is the number of perfection. That's God's perfect number of completion and perfection. And when it became 9, that's the number of fruitfulness, finality, and harvest. And it's also the number of the Holy Spirit that was given to us in Galatians 5:22 and 23, the fruit of the Spirit. You could probably correlate each of those 9 core values to the fruit of the Spirit. I haven't. You can. You're welcome to. And then if you do, get back to me and give me some feedback on that. You're more than welcome to. And if you choose not, that's okay too. So this was that episode, the 3rd episode of how honor became one of my core values, and gave you a blueprint of how you can create your own list and your own set of core values. Go do some research. Seek out, what is a core value? What does it mean to me? How can I incorporate it into my life? And then start walking it out. Start working it out and walking it out. So again, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Cultivating Honor Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Good, and signing off. Have a blessed day and a happy early Christmas. Early Merry Christmas. And happy belated Thanksgiving. I love y'all. Deuces.